Hi, I'm Andy Kumalo, and you're watching Entrepreneurs Stay Alive, brought to you by I'm an Entrepreneur. Natima Pumulo, better known as Black Coffee, has been hosting a home residency called Home Brewed in his own house. He's entertaining, but he's also raising capital for all sorts of initiatives out there that are trying to assist people that are impacted by COVID-19. But of course, he is a globally acclaimed DJ who plays in many clubs and spots and events around the world, all of which has come to an abrupt stop. He talks to me about how the music industry can adapt and find a way to survive in these times of COVID-19. Nati, always a pleasure, sir. You are?
Thank you, sir. I'm great. Thank you for having me.
Now, you run a business which every time I read your captions, it goes, God's very own one-man band, okay? Now, this one-man band has been disrupted by COVID-19. How have you figured this whole thing out?
Look, I haven't really, I think the first thing I struggled with is just accepting the situation. I was about to begin my tour at first week of March, and I had like about 6 dates in Asia. I was supposed to do like Tokyo, I was supposed to do Hong Kong. I was supposed to go to Singapore, Bali, and Bangkok. And we debated for a while with my team if it should happen. And we were monitoring the situation. And eventually we only agreed to do 3, which was Singapore, Bangkok, and Bali. So that was my first weekend experiencing, how this thing, is going to go. And then all the other shows following that weekend had to be canceled. So my entire March was canceled. May was canceled. April was canceled. May was canceled. June is canceled. So it took one to accept the situation first, because when you accept it, then you deal with it better. And what we're now working on accepting is the fact that the entire summer tour might not happen. Because people are like, maybe in August, maybe in September, but September is the last month of summer in Europe. So it looks like it's not going to happen at all.
What do you think is likely to be the disruption with all of this? I mean, if indeed this continues, and well, when I say this, I mean just people being uncomfortable being in crowded spaces, what do you think becomes some of the pivots that you've seen that, the consumption of music might go into, or even performances might go into?
I think content creation, people are looking for stuff to watch, people are hungry for new voices. They want to see new faces. I feel like there's a big gap right now for people to create stuff, because performing live is slowly becoming redundant as well. When you switch on your IG today, everyone is live. And like we do at home, we switch channels. This is one of the reasons I had to reduce my mix, because for me, it was like, I'm a club DJ, so I want to do like a 2-hour thing. I want to give people my best. But then we realized that 2 hours is actually long for people to sit on their phone and watch you play, and also people will also want to tweet at the same time. You can't keep them for 2 hours without checking other like social media platforms, but I feel like it's a space now. If you're a new artist, you want to drop something, this is the time, because people are looking. Also, one of the business that we're developing is a music platform called Gongbox, which in the simplest form, I'll say it's our own iTunes, so to say, and we want to focus on African artists and African music. But what's special about this platform is we want to get to a point, we're creating it to get to a point where we want artists to have the freedom of not having to sign record deals. You don't have to sign to anybody. You don't have to give your rights. You don't have to give your master to anyone. You can come as you are. You can make a song overnight and submit it, and it will be up on the cloud, you know, and you can start making money. You know, I feel like for years we have been like copying what the world has been doing, you know, and not seeing value in ourselves as a continent,
Right.
not just as South Africa, you know. And so we will wait, you know. I remember there was a big hoo-ha about Spotify coming, you know, it's coming, and finally it's in South Africa, you know. And I just felt like, why don't we make our own things? You know, we understand our market better, we understand how people consume things better. You know, why don't we create our own things that actually are not going to be a copy and paste of what the world has been doing?
Yeah.
You know, that's why today the stories of some of the greatest South African artists die with nothing is because of their background. They signed contracts that were compromising, had no choice.
Yeah.
You know, like music is all I have. If I can even make out of my 100 rands, even if it's 5 rands, it's something for my family.
Yeah.
So all these contracts were created to buy you bread and milk. If you can afford milk, by the way, you know, but they're not gonna get you out of the township. You know, they're not gonna make you buy a house next to the MD of Sony. You know, they're not gonna get you, they're gonna just push you enough while you're still alive, and you're gonna have to perform 6 shows a weekend to buy the bread. You know, and then you may look like you're making it, you know, and then pandemic comes. Once you stop, everything stops. You know, so we're trying to create a platform where we can now make something solid for the next generation, you know, where every artist can proudly own their creation, you know, and monetize and do whatever they want. Because also how the world is today, it's not like before where you release a single and then the record label will tell you, no, we're going to press vinyls, we're going to move and distribute. Things are so different today. You know, we don't have a budget for your video. Today, you can do a 1-minute video yourself and post it on Instagram and create awareness for your album. You know, and you actually have more followers than the record label on social media today. So you have the power, you know, to create your own hype. You know, so we're seeing all these gaps, and we're saying, why don't then we allow musicians to create their own and own their own and be able to promote themselves, you know, without even having to share anything with anyone else, basically.
Nanti, my brother, I truly appreciate your time. That was really insightful, and hopefully all artists, recording artists, performing artists, anybody that's in the business that relied on people to gather like yours has been, can take some kind of pearls of wisdom from you and hopefully apply them in their own businesses. Thank you very much once again.